Hi, welcome back. Jeff here from Woodsconsin Woodworking, part 2 of the table refinish. So far, what I've done was I kind of washed off the table with some soap and water and then dried it, let it dry, came back. I wiped it all down with mineral spirits to make sure that I degreased basically everything, any of the waxes, that's what the washing does. Kind of getting all the food greases off, and mineral spirits helps cut the lacquer that might have been on it. I let it sit, re-wipe it again, and then I dry it off from the mineral spirits. And then you get kind of a little bit of a dull finish. And then what I'm going to do now is I have a matched stain, and I am going to go back over and I'm just going to wipe the whole base down with this matched stain. And then I'm going to wipe it off, and then I'm basically going to wax over the top of it. I haven't decided if I'm going to lacquer it or not. So let's just get started, get the base taken care of here. So I've already shaken my stain, make sure all the pigments are in it, mixed up, and take your rag, fold her up. Like I said, this is a matched stain, and there's little areas that are showing, but I am going to just cover the whole table. It'll take care of any of the little nicks, scratches, imperfections. Just helps put some of the color back into these areas. Some of these areas are highlighted markings anyways, like a distress. They'll darken a little bit, but not by much, which keeps the look. But this is just something I'm doing on this project. This isn't a true wood. It's kind of like a veneered look, or a veneer on it. You got your distress looks here. Like I said, either it'll soak some of it up and sometimes it won't. What you can do is just leave it. You want to get rid of it, leave your stain on a little bit heavier, let it soak in a little bit longer. I just want to take any of the little bit of imperfections that you would normally see and trying to cover them. And just go back, give it a light wipe, and hide some of it. I'm not looking to make it perfect. If you make it so perfect, then it looks kind of fake. But you just want to get some of the little nicks that were in here that were showing covered. I mean, there's ways of doing it. You could sand this whole thing down and then start from scratch, staining this. You could use gel stain, regular stain, oils. The thing is, the legs are regular standard pine, and then you have a split turning. There's a seam here that they assembled it. It's just cheap wood. They've done basically a two-part application here where they sprayed it kind of like with a thinned out paint, and then they came back and stained it to give you the multi-layered effects. And I am not going through all of that. I'm just covering up what I found to be some of the dings and scratches that need to be hidden, so your eye's not drawn to them. And I just want to hide them. And then just recoat this whole bottom, either in a wax or spray it in a lacquer and then a wax. Move on down to the center here. Just coating some of this. And just apply it and keep wiping it off. Now, if we got to get into repairs, we'll have to get into the two-part epoxies, or you have wax sticks, you have other types of fillers you can use. I think most of that stuff is best when you actually have a real veneer that's broken, or you have a real authentic antique table. This is not an antique table. This is far from it. This is actually a manufactured table that just needs a little reconditioning. Needs a few of the nick scratches touched up with some stain. You got some distress marks. If they darken a little bit, great. If not, I'm not worried about it. But you got like a little discoloring or a little mark here. Just want to cover this stuff up. Just a light coat of that on there. You got a couple marks in here. You don't spend all day on it either. Just get it on, get it off. I'm only looking for areas that really bad, and right now I haven't really found any serious ones in here. See? Gone. Totally gone. The one that was in here is gone. All you're trying to do is cover up that and make it look back the way it was. Okay. I did patch this up in here. Had a little bit where they actually clamped this turning together. It was just opening just a hair, but it still was solid to the inside, so I patched that with a putty. And now I'm going to run a light coating of stain from the rag across, just to put a little color on it, even though that was already colored putty, but I want to bring it to the color that it needs to be. Wipe that into that joint. Looks pretty good. Same down here to the leg. Hide some of these in here. Since this is the top, people are going to see it the most. So let's just hide some of that. And just wipe on here. What I should do is turn this around real quick. We want to do same thing in this area, right where my finger is. There's this scratch in here. See if we can get rid of that little scratch. Darkened up. Alright, all nice and dark. Alright, so now I got a rag with some mineral spirits on it. More hidden. And now what I'm going to do is take that stain, just go right over the top, try to transform the color to a dark color so it's more hidden yet. By the naked eye, you can't see it. It's there. It's here, but it's nice and dark. So if you're just looking at the table, you're not going to see it. Almost looks like a dark streak of green. Down here on the bottom, take out that line, try to hide some of that nick. I just go back over what I feel needs coating. Wipe the tops of these legs, down the side, just to hide some of the stuff. Here's a coat. Alright, now for the stretcher, I did from the other side, just put some on the stretcher, up in the joints here to freshen up that joint look on the ends. Put some on here to get some rid of some of that marks. And the marks that were in here are gone. Absorb the stain. Let's see if we can get rid of this. Same way we did the other one. A lot more hidden than it was. Freshen that up. You can see where I put it. There's the line. So it takes the stain. Oh, you didn't see that. Right here. There's a line where I did the stain. Did not put stain, so it absorbed some of it. So I'm going to want to put more on there. Just to blend it all in. You'd be surprised. It'll take the stain. It'll take and reabsorb in, and the only thing is you got to make sure you wash it, and then take some mineral spirits and rub it out, and it'll absorb it. It'll take it to an extent, but it does take it. All you want to do is just kind of richen it back up. Now, what you can do now is, if you wanted to, you could start waxing it, or you could put some lacquer on here and bring the shine back. And what I could do is, let's try the lacquer for this one. Now I got the stuff I'm using is this. And I got a satin finish on it. And you just want to give it a light coat, just to put some shine back on. You know, nice. It's starting to look. You don't want to go crazy on your lacquer. You want to build it up. 2 or 3 coats is all you need. And then you're just going to come back and you're going to lightly buff this. Now, see that one and that one doesn't have the shine like the other side does. What's nice about this is dries a lot quicker. This one here. So then what you want to do is let that lacquer dry, come back and do a light buff with, you know, some 4/0 steel wool or like a 320 pad, and just lightly just take any dust off of it, tack it down, hit it one more time and buff it out. You could even, if you wanted to go 3 coats, go ahead. But I think 2 is fine for just touching this up. It's going to get marred up again. It's just that you want to make it look good for time being, you know. Well, that's it for the base. So what I'll be doing is letting this dry, and stay tuned for part 3, which will be the tabletop. And there's a lot of scratches on there. I'm hoping I can get them out. So the base wasn't too bad. It was just, it needed a touch up. So stay tuned for part 3. That one we got a little bit more intensive work on. All right, Jeff from Woodsconsin Woodworking. You take care, make some sawdust. The tree's work is never done. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and share the videos. I really appreciate you guys doing that. All right, take care. Until next time. Bye-bye.